Welcome into the Do It Well podcast. It's the show that's spending the entire summer talking about the biggest event in the world, the World Cup.
It
And it's
is.
the show that's just watching history being made. Lionel Messi finally is the all-time scorer for the FIFA World Cup. The U.S. men's national team is setting World Cup wins records. Stephen Betts, happy Monday, my friend. It's an exciting time to be alive right now, huh?
You know, it's an exciting time to be alive when it starts downpouring on my way home from work. I'm drenched on the train. I'm somehow smiling. I'm still smiling. I'm just smiling through it.
World Cup's magical.
It's a great time to be alive, and it's simply because the World Cup is going on. I just
much magic.
do not want it to ever end.
I know.
But
it's so
just soak
sad.
it up.
Hey, but listen, it's every 4 years. We're going to be at the next one, Betts. You, me,
absolutely.
the entire crew. We are going to be at every World Cup. Well, not every World Cup game, but a lot of the World Cup games next.
Well, I'm making my case now that they have 26 in the roster that they could take one guy to be a vibes guy. And I'm just hoping.
Yeah, you would be, dude, you would murder at being the vibes guy.
I got a text before the World Cup from a buddy who I used to play soccer with. He's like, you know, the U.S. could probably use you as a vibes guy or a glue guy. I'm like, dude, I would give anything.
I love it. That's electric. We'll talk about the Argentina game. We'll talk about all of the games you might have missed with our 3-word recap. And of course, we're going to get Stephen Betts' thoughts on the U.S. men's national team beating Australia 2-0. But we start with a trivia question. Mr. Producers, fire that trivia question up. Okay, here it is. What World Cup match had the highest ever attendance? Mexico versus Paraguay in 1986, Brazil versus Italy in 1994, Uruguay versus Brazil in 1950, or Argentina versus France in 2022? This is tricky. I'll tell you what it should have. It should have been. It should be the Argentina-France game because that game was maybe the best game, World Cup game of all time.
It was packed.
Just in terms of pure entertainment. Just pure entertainment.
It was a great game. I have my answer, and it's mathematics equation.
Okay.
And what it is B. Brazil versus Italy, 1994. At the time, they're playing in America. The hype was real. But America has the biggest stadiums in the world. So I would go ahead and say they definitely sold out Brazil versus Italy. So I would go ahead and say B, 1994, Brazil versus Italia.
That's a great guess. And I'm going to go with my gut, which is I think the Argentina-France game was the most entertaining game of all time. And I bet you the most amount of people were there to see it. Mr. Producers, what is the correct answer? Oh my gosh, we were both wrong. The correct answer is C. Uruguay versus Brazil, 1950. Wow. What a picture. This has to be a fake. There's no way this color grade photography existed back then. This is AI for sure.
Mr. Producer. Did we go AI going?
Oh my gosh. Well, ChatGPT.
Oh my gosh. To spice it up. I'm going to go ahead now and say a hot take of the night. There's no way that picture is real.
Yeah, picture's real. I agree. That is the most AI. I mean, listen, I'm sure they might have had black and white cameras in 1950. They certainly didn't have that kind of cinematic color in 1950. So yeah, I'm not even gonna hot take your
hot take. 1950 World Cup, Mr. Producer.
From the 1950 World Cup final at the Maracanã in Rio de Janeiro.
The giveaway is that it was in Brazil because if it's in Rio de Janeiro, everyone in Brazil was at that game. So
I mean, they literally took the country of Curacao at the time and put every single human inside.
Exactly. I bet you if Curacao was just to get to like the round of 32, that's exactly what the king and queen of the Netherlands, who are I guess they're the official rulers of Curacao, they should buy out the entire stadium and just every single Curacao citizen gets a ticket to that game. That would be so epic. That would be sick. Okay, well, we're on to 3-word recap. So we'll be summing up the last 12 games of the World Cup in just 3 words. I'll kick us off, Betts. We'll start with Turkey versus Paraguay. Paraguay won 1-0. And my 3-word recap for this game is it's really over. Listen, Turkey came into this tournament as potentially a historic team for Turkey, and they were touted as being contenders for this group. It was going to be, it was going to be between the U.S. and Turkey to see who's going to win the group. I think everyone was speculating that it would come down to the last game to see who would top the group. And it could not have unraveled quicker or been worse for poor Turkey. They had 62 shots across 2 games and not a single goal. They lose to Australia 2-0, and then they lost to Paraguay, who was a man down for, I think, 15 to 20 minutes in that game. I want to fact check me on this.
It was about 40 minutes of that
40
game.
minutes. So Paraguay was up 1-0, but they were a man down, and Turkey still couldn't score. It was so bad that Arda Güler, the star prodigy for Turkey, after the game said, the next 4 years are about us forgetting that this World Cup ever happened.
Yeah, and I believe it. I mean, in both games so far, they haven't looked like a team. They've looked like they have the individual skill in spurts. Some of it has been pretty horrendous, but they just have not looked like a team whatsoever. I've not been impressed with Güler. It just has not. It is the end of the road.
It hasn't clicked.
It is the end of the road for Turkey.
For Turkey. And I think that for our Turkey fans, I know we're very popular in Turkey. You guys will have a strong. Listen. No, we're trending in Turkey right now. We're big over there, and so a word of encouragement: you will be back, I believe, in this 2030 opportunity. But that opportunity is just not right now.